Hello. What is up? How we doing? Wow. How's it going? Hades, welcome in. Sadie, welcome in. Dan lives, welcome in as well. What's up, everybody? Got in a little bit later. Just yeah. Daughter had a EU gang rise up. What's up? It is like early for you, isn't it? Or late. I depending how you look at it. Started a little late here. We did not even get to, well, I logged in at 3 a.m. Are you like getting up for work or what's going on? None of my business. You don't have to answer that. Yeah, starting a little bit late. Not too bad. 15, 20 minutes. Vacation this week. Nice. Too bad we don't have Ashes of Creation up 5 days a week or 24/7. Yeah. So it's Monday. I don't know who else is missing Ashes of Creation. They did put up the PTR, but I was watching a game, soccer game. What's up? Why is YouTube not coming through? Uh-oh. I just happened to see you pop up in here. I think I might need to log back in. Let me check that out. Occasionally, I get kicked out of YouTube. Yes, that is the problem. All right, we're gonna sign back in because I can't see the chat. If y'all chat, so I use streamer.bot. That's the chat I use. And if it's not working, I don't actually see you pop in my chat, and that's a problem. All right, so it should be logged in now. So if you all type in to YouTube, I should be able to see. I think, hopefully, if everything went as planned. Yeah, should be there. They should extend this weekend's test into Monday. I get better and stay off. I mean, that's what we've all been thinking for a little bit, right? Extend things. 3 days a week is not enough. But what do we have? A little while still for the troops, yeah. I mean, we can ping Steven, see what he says. I'm pretty sure they'll say Friday through Sunday. They did do again a PTR today, but I did not get to spend any time. Well, I spent like 2-3 minutes in PTR. Literally, but the troops, yeah. I mean, we can talk to them. I mean, I still wonder if part of why they extended phase 1 is because because I asked. Not to take credit. That's probably like way out there. That's probably taking things too far, but I had sent them a message asking hey, can you extend this? And was told no, but are there PTR patch notes? There are not that many. Let me pull it up behind me. This Google Doc, by the way, that I will share here in a second is also, I update it with everything. So I'll just put the link in chat. Hold up, let me find which one it is. All right, there we go. So I gotta scroll down number 1 and then 2, put myself to the side. Did they put cotton seeds at the vendors in the nodes? No. You all are going to be either amazed or disturbed, one of the two, by the patch notes when I pull them up here. I should probably make myself, or I can just move myself. Probably don't need to make myself smaller. There it is. That's it. That's the patch notes. Right there behind me. Right there. Yeah, right there. Somewhere. Oh, I'm not a weatherman. I'm not good at this. Made improvements to NPC navigation to help with server performance. That is today's patch notes. Maybe more notes Friday morning. Oh, I'm sure there will be. Pathing was bugging the heck out of shit. Yeah, that's true. That is true. So it's just May holy, yeah, no, like surprising, right? Although I think this is actually big. Now, like I said, I was at my daughter had her last soccer game of the year, so that's where I was. And got home. Originally they were only going to let it be up for an hour. They actually did it 2 hours. So I got in, they closed it at 8 my time. I updated at 7:53. Yes, I added some more Hades. Actually, I updated the there's the stretch. I'm trying to add some stuff. Y'all have fun stuff you think of that would be fun. Let me know. I'll put it up in some. Also, I'm curious, like the channel point costs for things, like too much, too little, too high. I was gonna put like an AMA or ask me like a fact or something that I don't know, something I have to answer for fun. But yeah, so I got in, updated, had about literally like 5 minutes, not even that, probably 3 minutes. Got my character, actually logged into a dead character, had to revive, and because they did not wipe the patch this time. And I don't know, I got just outside of Lionhold, and they're like, servers coming down. It felt, I mean, okay, but they wanted us to test primarily in the Winstead and Miraleth areas, which is interesting because that's where they wanted us to test last time as well. Last Monday. So it's we'll see if it continues to be this sort of networking or this cadence of networking stuff on Mondays. I think Neurotoxin actually did get in a little bit more than me. Said it felt better. But you know, it's limited people, so who knows? But I mean, the little bit I ran felt fine. I didn't see anything at boundaries or any of that. Do they patch daily? Generally, yeah, they do try. Sometimes multiple times a day. So, I mean, they're actively upgrading and updating and trying to fix stuff as it comes. So, but this is very small patch notes. This is not very much, but I actually think this, despite being so small, probably will potentially have quite a bit of impact if it works, whatever they're trying to do. Because as was mentioned in chat, giveaway, it's you just have to log into Stream Elements and watch and enter some tickets. So we're not going to do anything during the week. Friday is when everyone else gets to join. Friday, November the 8th. So we'll be doing some stuff Friday morning as we wait for servers to pop up for people to join. I actually also did reach out and say, I haven't heard back anything. I don't think I will, saying, hey, you know, any chance we will get to have actual keys at some point. I've not heard back, so I don't think we will for a little while. But you know, if the NPC pathing was a mess, it's been an absolute mess for a while. So you know, when we played yesterday, gosh, I should probably have got some loaded up some footage so you could see everything. There wasn't really even pathing. Everything was sort of jumbled up. You had packs of things where there shouldn't have been packs of things. They weren't moving. They weren't walking. You had things on the roads, which is not typical, like, but just sitting on the roads. They weren't moving. So it became very deadly. And then you also had these periods of like stuff blinking in and out of existence. Like the mobs would just sort of appear and a bunch of them. So I died a few times like that. So you know, if they can get NPC navigation a little bit better, and obviously they're saying that server performance. I'm not sure why or what. Does NPC navigation also mean mobs? Yes. I would assume that's what they're talking about. Yeah, because there's some things that are just really messed up, right? So, Highwayman Hills, as an example, I was playing over there with on Sunday with Roar and Vladis and some folks, and I think it was the sharpshooters. There's some ranged people at Highwayman Hills, and they were like jumping off. We were on the second floor, and I think they have an ability where they jump. They sort of jump around, but it was crazy. They were jumping off the second floor over into the hills behind us. Then they'd run back up, and sometimes they'd disappear. They'd duck out for a little bit, and you wouldn't know where they went. And then all of a sudden they'd pop back up. So it's yeah, it's a little crazy, not a whole lot of fun. We of course had the whole bear incident as well over the while we were at Ursine Caves, with bears just seemingly popping out of nowhere. Although Planendorf claims that maybe they were just respawning and immediately locking onto me because I was healing. But a single line of text for the patch, but I think this will probably be hopefully an effective patch. Because the networking did still feel not super great. Especially when you got into areas with lots of people. So things really got poor in those areas. Do you think winter will exist this weekend? Or do you think the tree asset, I think it'll be fixed. They rolled back to fall. So they did go back to fall, I think Sunday night at some point. So yeah, I assume that will be fixed because they knew exactly what it was. Which is why they switched over to full-time winter. So hopefully we'll get to see the full seasons. Was that Ninfo Shu? I just probably butchered your name, and I apologize for that. Servers are down. Yes, they are down. We are in day 1 of withdrawal. Servers went down. So the time frames that they're up right now, it's on Pacific time is 10 a.m. Pacific time. They close 10 p.m. 10 a.m. Friday Pacific time. They close 10 p.m. Sunday Pacific time. So that's kind of the that's the time period we will get. I'm going to put this link into chat. So there's that Google Doc with all the patch notes. If you want, you can keep that, bookmark it. I'll be updating it. It's got everything else that's been updated, not just patch note, PTRs. It's got PTR, but then it's also got live server stuff on there. But yeah, servers are down, frustratingly. We would love to see them back up, but they are not yet. Phase 1 is just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then phase 2 will be 5 days a week. Although we don't know what the 5 days are. I don't think Steven said anyways, whether it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we don't really know. But yeah, we'll go to 5 days on December 20th, supposedly. Yes, December 20th is a Friday, so I assume it's. Oh, that's a good point. That's a very good point, Atomic. Friday through Tuesday. Yeah, because they wouldn't break it apart. I don't think they would. Definitely want to keep everything together. So, but at that point, they'll hopefully have pretty distinct teams for the sort of live ops and DevOps going. Yeah, so not a lot on patch, not a lot to patch. Just NPC navigation, which again was one of the bigger issues. So it's good to see at least that being hopefully taken care of. Like I said, I didn't even make it to where they wanted us to go. Because the servers came down before I could. PTR is just not up for very long. Usually it's only up a couple of hours. Thursday, they actually left it up for quite a long while, and I think that's just getting ready for Friday. The test realm. So, we have the test realm. Basically, it's under a visual NDA. We can talk about it, but we can't show you anything. So no screens, no video. It's where they stage everything. Again, this was kind of weird when they first started it. I wasn't sure. I've never really had an alpha game, a game in alpha that I was testing that had a PTR, a public test realm. Usually, you just you're on an alpha. If stuff comes down, it goes down. If you add to the alpha, it goes up. But they actually have decided to do a PTR so that they can stage their new builds on the PTR first, and then push them to the alpha client. So, is it the same build as the non-NDA alpha? It's the next coming, right? So the other thing that's kind of important to put is that the PTR notes aren't necessarily going to end up Friday. I think you generally will see them there Friday. And we can see that they posted, I think it's somewhere in this document, the Friday live server patch notes were basically the whole week of PTR. So, but it doesn't necessarily mean PTR does not necessarily mean it's going to end up on the live side. So, but it does look like early on is Monday, like I said today, is probably networking stuff. So, which I guess makes sense. They're probably gathering data Friday, Saturday, and start working on it Sunday. Try to push something out to PTR on Monday, and then keep trying to work it down. So, had fun in Ashes this weekend. Yeah, sure did, Sephro. We grinded a lot. Gosh, how many hours? So I think I streamed 7 hours. 7 hours Saturday, maybe 5.5 Sunday. And I can't remember if I did I stream Friday? I did in the morning, but I don't know if that I streamed gameplay. It's fun. It's a grind. So right now it's definitely a grind. But I main a cleric, so I've just been healing. I've had pretty terrible gear, but I still feel like I could heal pretty well, pretty effectively. We had some fun stuff. Actually, I'm going to try to put some of it into some video edits and potentially make it a channel point thing too. We became a bear twice. Well, we became the bear once, but we were inside the bear another time. So, but yeah, I had fun. I think for the main reason I think the people that are in it are having fun is the combat. That is the biggest thing that that Intrepid has focused on for the last 5 years, and I think it shows. Now it's largely tab target. It's not going to really be they were talked about blending action and tab. You do have an action cam. It's largely tab targeting. But it's fun. The combat's fun. It's engaging. The cleric, I'm going to try to put together a guide before Friday if I can. Not that y'all necessarily want to watch, take tips from me, but I feel like I was healing pretty well over the weekend. So, but yeah, it's fun. I've not really gotten to crafting. Crafting is also a grind. It's a good idea. Keep the servers open to play tests while they work on the, yeah. Now that we've had the PTR, it makes sense. Yeah, it definitely makes sense. And it's worked very well because they can, if shit goes down, if it gets super buggy, they can just pull it off PTR and it really does not impact our Alpha 2 experience. So, how do you know if you can access the PTR? So, two main ways. One, if you had pre-Alpha 2 access, then you have access to the PTR. If you have access to the PTR, you should also be able to go into Discord, assuming you've linked your Discord to the Ashes of Creation website. You should actually have access to the PTR Discord channels. So if not, then you probably don't have access. If you were just Alpha 2, if you were just the stress tests, you would not have PTR access. Now, they do plan to eventually turn Alpha 2 server into the PTR, but that's going to be a little bit. So you also typically are going to get emails or get pinged or something like that when the server's going up. So my guess is, Jazz, that you probably don't have access to PTR. I guess the best way I could answer that is just, were you in pre-alpha 2? If you were in pre-alpha 2, then yes, you most certainly should have access, but if not, then probably not. You're not missing a ton. Again, the PTR realms are not up for super long. It's 2 hours today. It was actually supposed to be an hour initially, and I thought I wasn't going to get to try to jump on it all, but we did get on a little bit. Should I leave the starting area Friday right away without doing the quest there? You know, oh gosh, I don't, sorry, real quick. I don't think I'm seeing you all, and I'm going to actually type myself in YouTube. I'm still not seeing that pop up in chat. Why is that? Sorry, I got sidetracked here. I'm trying to not miss the YouTube, you all over on YouTube. Let me close this chat and actually just reopen it real quick. Y'all are going to probably have to remind me what I was just saying. I'm gonna just have to keep the YouTube chat. It still isn't working. All right, I'll probably have to just actually completely close down StreamerBot, which I probably can do. Actually, I don't think that'll break anything. And then just reopen it. That way, I'm not ignoring all of you folks, lovely people over on YouTube. Looks like YouTube chat has some lags. Yeah, we're gonna try to fix that. Why does it think? Sorry, I'm trying to fix stuff. Now I've lost my chat completely. How's it going, muscles? Oh, the starting area thing. Yes, hold on 1 second. I'm going to answer that real quick. Just got to get StreamerBot back open and running. So for your starting area, I wouldn't run out of it right away. You know, you now have 2 starting areas, right? You have Lionhold, you have Samia's Hope. So, you know, your load should be okay. But the main thing you do want to do in the starting area is to get your mount quest. So, or get your mount, your basic mount. So you are going to want to do that quest, which it starts as a crafting quest. And I think it's three different crafting things you have to do. You have to chop down a tree and refine it. Then you have to get stone, refine it, get some flowers, refine it. And then that sends you to get your mount. Right now, I think that's the most effective thing in that starting area. You can probably grind a little bit of wow, now my chat's all, what's going on here? Sorry, I'm trying to, yeah, chat got really weird there. So here, you know, if you really want to level, you want to probably group up. That's going to be your main way to get sort of through those first levels quick. Now, if you are going to solo sort of 1 through 8 or 9, then there are some other quests there to do. They'll get you some glint to start with. They're very easy to do. You'll probably want to get some commissions as well. But you know, you're going to want to do the crafting chest quest chain and get your mount. That's the big thing, and then start moving out. What's up? Is it Divinister? Yeah, Divinister. I like that name. Mr. Limiton's here too. Wow, everybody's showing up tonight. It's good to see y'all. But yeah, they have actually, I think, moved some things around so that you naturally get out of the QN area. So interestingly, though, Steven did post a Discord message about how they try to understand how they do Q. Because one thing we did notice this weekend, while these servers, I do think the servers were overall more stable, there were still a lot of issues, but the queue times were pretty big. So like Sunday evening before our show, I logged in. I think I was Q 30. I was like 37 or something in line, but it took a while to get in. And so he actually he commented on this. So it's not just it's 2 factors as far as your queue time. One is overall realm population. So that is one. Which we kind of knew. The other is that the other is actually your server worker. So if you hit apparently page up, I think it was, you can see what server worker you're on. And based off of that, you can kind of get an idea if you're on a high server worker or not. And so, if you're, for example, in Highwayman Hills, which is going to have a lot of people, their server workers only hold apparently 300, which was surprising. It was a surprising number. 3K concurrent across the realm, but their individual server workers, it's apparently 300. So if you're in an area that has more than 300 people in it, you're going to be put on a queue. So the lesson kind of learned there is to really better, for right now anyways, better understand where the server worker boundaries are and just log out just past one to where things are a lot, so like I said, don't log out in Highwayman Hills, maybe travel for 2 minutes north, get to a different server worker, log out there, and then you don't have a queue coming in. That's generally what it seemed to be that he was saying. 300 is kind of, I feel small, a little surprised. What's up, Larago? A little surprised at the size of their server workers. If we want to get to like 500 v500, that's going to have to expand a lot. And as things are right now, apparently also Stephen has told us quite a bit, not 299 clients are not sending you information. It's really limited from a distance perspective of where they are to you in the game world. And we've seen that, right? Things sort of blink in and out of existence. The ability to see players far off is not very good. The same with the monsters as well. So, yeah, hopefully, I don't know, 300 seems small, to be honest. When we were in Highwayman Hills, you had multiple groups pulling stuff. So, yeah, the view distance is so low. Yeah, and it sounds like this is why. Is a lot of the work that they're still trying to do with the server workers. And yeah, I agree. View distance is low. It's just overall surprising the sort of numbers that they have right now. I thought it would have been a little bit farther ahead, but I don't know. I'm not doing that's not my thing, right? So I don't know. It seems like 300 per server worker is small. But hopefully I answered your question about the leaving the starting area. Definitely get out and start getting some folks into a group. That's going to level you up much faster. But you don't have to initially. But you probably want to get some commissions, get some of the artisan commissions as well, because you're going to probably be naturally trying to chop stuff down. And that does give you a little bit of glint, a little bit of experience. They're no longer exploitable. Some of them, I think it was the fishing commission, you actually could go out and do it. You could complete it, but it didn't take the fish from you. So you could just constantly log in, complete it, log out, log in, complete it. There was sort of endless amount of coin and experience, but they fixed that. So main thing starting there is just get your mount. It was about leaving Linehold without taking the quest. I mean, I really would just I would make sure, if anything, you're going to get your ground mount. That's the biggest thing that I would tell you to do in that starting area. It's slow as shit. Don't get me wrong. The mount is slow as shit, but the world is large enough that it's still going to make a difference, especially when you add in the dash. So I think it will be a grind game, or there will be more options in terms of leveling when they flesh out events, quests, etc. Except for, yeah, they yeah, so it is a grind, right? So Ash, it takes its roots from Lineage 2 and Arcade, which of course are grindy games. But I think, yes, once they get the events working properly, and they get a lot more events in, it's going to feel much better for you to level. But I think there will always be some sort of grind, especially with crafting as well. It's just a grindy game. It right now it doesn't feel so bad to grind, to be honest. I'm not much of a grind person, but getting in and healing, the combat is engaging enough that um for now I don't notice it. Now it's an interesting question about if they wipe. If they wipe the servers and we all have to do it again, are we going to feel super excited about that again? um I think maybe once, but what if they have to wipe the servers twice or three times? Are you really going to have players that are going to go back in and do 100 hours over and over and over again for you? I don't know. My history would tell me I would burn out. So we'll see how that goes. Combat looks very fluid for earlier stages. Yeah, Dan, it's combat feels really good. I think most of the classes would tell you that. I've seen people having fun with the fighter. I think the tank feels pretty good. The mage, the ranger, the bard is definitely one that people have had fun. I don't want a group if I don't have a bard now. So just putting that out there. If we ever group up, if y'all are ever on Vira, can't say that name, Vira. I would like to be I would like to have a bard. So bards are going to be super important. That's actually going to go in my cleric video if I make it. Bards are super important for mana, which is good. That's what we wanted, right? They're supposed to feel that way as far as support. So, but yeah, combat is what drives all this. If combat was shitty, the game would have collapsed at this point. So, you might want to do the quest for the mountain artisan tools. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. For your starting area, that's the main thing you want. Oh, shit, everything's flashing again. I don't. You know what? I bet. Sorry, I'm trying to get my screens. My screens just flashed. But yes, you want to do the starting quest to get your mount and get your artisan tools. We'll see how servers go. I was kind of hopeful that Asmon would have played this last weekend, because if you didn't have a key, you weren't going to get a key, right? Because November 8th, well, I mean, you could get a key, but you couldn't get in. November 8th was the start time for everyone else. So it's like, okay, if Asmon played, you wouldn't get a rush of people behind you, because they were watching him play. They would have all had to wait a week. But now that he's apparently going to come in and play this coming weekend, hope they definitely hope they put up some new servers, and I hope they ahead of time work with him and put him on a new server, because otherwise some of us that have been grinding out stuff for 30 hours now could have a hard time getting on. So whole set of tools, yeah, the important thing is the tools. Yeah, that whole quest chain, that's the most important quest chain there is that crafting thing. It basically gives you everything you need. So PTR schedule, we don't have a schedule, so they've not really. I think you would expect there to be PTR every day, but they don't really put out a schedule for us. So it's kind of late in the day. Well, not late. They usually midday will throw up a message in Discord and say, hey, we're bringing up the PTR today. This is the ETA. And then they've been very directed with PTR too. So it's very specific instructions, which I think is good. Today, like I said, that was all about NPC navigation server performance, but it was in a specific area of Winstead and Miraleth. Can you see the server worker in game? So if you apparently push, I think he said it's page up, you can see what server worker you're on. I'm pretty sure is what he said. So yes, you can see your server worker. I wish you could see how many people were on it, but I don't think you can. So what will happen in Metropolis in the future if you log out in your home city? What do you mean, like if the Metropolis changed? I guess I'm not following. Sephora, kind of what you're asking there. Yeah, we need to talk about the view distance as well. Oh, yeah, I'm getting YouTube back in. Perfect. All right. Sorry. YouTube disappeared out for a minute, so I don't know what happened there, but it's back now. The tech, that one server send data to the other server and simulate players. I think it's not working or it's not yet ready. Yes, the replication graph has been a mess. Yes, that's one when they turn it on, it gets wild. That's why I think you see the characters at the boundary lines, like, right? I'm pretty sure everyone has seen this at this point. Um, when you get to server boundary lines, all of a sudden you would see these players like running in place or their horses running in place. And I think that's that whole that rep graph thing, that it was trying to replicate them as they went through the server worker, and it was leaving this sort of ghost character that was just sitting there running. Um, They have a lot of networking stuff. He commented on dynamic gridding again as well. Steven did, but it's still not in. Basically, I guess is the best way to put it. So I don't know, guys. You know, networking has been the biggest pain in the ass for them. And actually, I'm really curious. Actually, let's see. Let's go to Intrepid Jobs. Intrepid Studios Jobs. Does that work? Yeah, careers. Let's see. They had forever had a networking job posted that just was not hired. Let's see, a bunch of art, which is surprising. Actually, they started out with a ton of artists. And you see a lot of these are senior things too. Design, economy designer. So I thought they had I thought they already had economists, but maybe they need more. Let's see, engineering. So your DevOps, anti-cheat, gameplay. Okay, so here it is, senior networking engineer. So they still need this. I think this job has been posted forever. Automation, Unreal. So there's quite a bit of stuff still available, but yeah, this one I'm pretty sure they've had a networking job open for quite a long time. So, um, who wants to apply? Any of you out there have some networking experience? They need to roll back netcode. Um, let's see. What do you need? What do you actually need here to be a senior game networking engineer? How many years? Where's it at? Minimum 5+ years working on multiplayer games or related equivalent experience. C++ knowledge makes sense. Highly distributed multi-server systems, various networking protocols, optimizing bandwidth, CPU usage. Yeah, so I mean all your basic stuff that you would probably expect. Bachelor's. So they pay well though. So if you know anyone in networking, send them this because they need help. Number one and two, they do pay well. I actually applied to them a while back. It's a wild idea, so I should probably explain why I applied to them, or so the rationale. Um, so I think I've mentioned in chat a few times my profession as a physician and sort of mental health, behavioral health stuff. I've done a lot within gaming. So gaming is an area that's sort of emerging in medical care, healthcare, virtual reality, and just a lot of different kind of gaming stuff. So I actually applied to them just to be a consultant and try to bring in some of that knowledge of player behaviors and player needs. I think I completely confused them. So I tried to explain it. I obviously did not get hired as a consultant. Um, but I think they were very confused as to why I was applying to them as as a physician. So it's kind of funny actually now, but it will be grindy, but there will be enough stuff to distract you where you won't notice it as much. The point is the journey. Yes, Shipples. I mean, that's the goal. Um, I think there's enough little places you can go to now. I'm a little tired of Ursine Caves. I don't think I want to go back there anymore. So I'm gonna actually try to go to Carfin next time, I think. Um, I got a friend who's locked in Bard for launch, so I'll always have a Bard. Yes, I'm serious. Bard is a must-have for a cleric. your mana regen is super reliant on the bard. So I think Asmon is going to play this weekend. Hope he won't pick Vira. Yeah, that's what I hear. I haven't watched him since he came back, but that's what I heard. So I think it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to open up new servers. I just hope they direct the new people to the new servers so that we're not kind of screwed. One thing that might save them with the wipes are people trying different classes. I mean, maybe, but ultimately it's still the grind, right? I mean, even if you pick a different class, you're still grinding it out. It still takes a while. So I don't know. I think if I had to do it multiple times, um, I don't think I would go more than like 2 or 3 times, from a fresh start. I do think there's people that will probably try a fresh start. Guilds that didn't get stuff that want to go try to get mayorship, for example, somewhere. Um, I'm thinking about getting the $120 pack. Do you know if AOC will have localized servers like South American servers? I don't know if they've mentioned South American, but they will have localized servers. I think the only one I can specifically remember them talking about is the the Aussie servers, the Australia, that sort of region. But I assume they'll have it as well in places like South America. But it won't be right now. So, right now we just have the 3 NA and 3 EU servers. So you'll have to play on one of those two. But I don't think it's been terrible. I mean, I know like Lineker and some others that are down in Brazil. I mean, they've had no problem with, and they're on NA servers. They're actually on Resna, which is a whole nother thing. I should have to bring up some of the drama stuff involving Envious and the guild Nova Ortum. We'll talk about that in a minute, but there's some stuff. It's fun seeing the stories already start coming out, the player driven stuff. Lineker has had a lot of problems that just haven't been from lag. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I should say, yeah. Servers are still, yeah. Servers. That's not to say servers are glowingly good. That's just from like a ping sort of, I think, thing. They've done fine. They've actually put out some really good videos of them kicking people's asses. So, but the $120 pack, it's going to get you a lot. So I actually think it's a good deal if you don't mind. You could always wait for phase 2, phase 3, but I don't know. It's $20 is going to be a very big difference. I think it should always come down to whether you're going to want to actually test or not, because right now it is a little buggy. It is a little problematic from time to time. Well, frequently. So, if you're not one that really wants to put up with that, then I would wait. I would definitely wait. But if you don't mind and you don't mind the character wipes, then I would go for it. With the server worker being limited, I think I'm missing a series. Oh, here. Oh, wait. No, I think Sephro, I think I missed something y'all were talking about. That I can't have a character creator spit out a 3D print file, I believe must be a bug. Yeah, got score. Well, character creator is supposed to be out already, right? If you know how to do it, you can get the models though, and you can turn that into 3D if you want. Fancy Max. What's up, Ricky? We have Ricky in the chat. Everyone say hello to Ricky. It's little Ricky. I'm sorry, it's Richie. Richie SH, the one and only from YouTube, and the one and only the PKer. Only person that's killed me when I didn't want them to kill me. And don't turn around and type in chat that I asked for it. I did not ask you to kill me. It's good to see Richie though. Richie's Actually, Richie's a lot of fun to play with. So just don't just watch your back. He will try to kill you. So as in how is it going to be logging in? Oh, with the server workers. Yeah. Well, we don't have metropolises, right? So hopefully by the time we have metropolises, they have their server workers fleshed out better, with a limit that's much further than 300. That's part of where they're trying to plug in the dynamic gridding, right? So that you can sort of dynamically spin up new servers, take power away from ones that have less characters, and move it to take the dynamic change based off of player character density. But that's a holy grail. Um, I don't know. They seem, or Steven seems like they're going to probably be able to do dynamic gridding, but I have to be honest, I'm not so sure. I hope they make me eat my words, but Star Citizen, which has spent how many millions of dollars at this point creating their game, if they don't yet have dynamic servers working, I don't know. I'm just a skeptic when it comes to that, especially because we've already been having so much problems with just the basic stuff that's not dynamic gridding. So I don't know. I hope they get it done, but because then I don't know how they, what they're going to do with 500 v500. That's their goal. They should probably go talk to NCSoft and say, hey, how did you get Throne and Liberty working so well? There were broken server workers, couldn't even get into some zones. Oh, definitely invisible walls, shipples for sure. I ran into that a lot. Actually, I climbed up on one in the starting area. That was a lot of fun. It was kind of a hidden spot, but yeah. So thoughts on mount killing? Had a guy killing mounts in the starter zone. That stuff sucks. I think you should get corruption. I think if you kill someone's mount, you should get corruption the same way you get for killing the player. Because when you kill the player, they're dropping stuff, right? You're inconveniencing them. There's a they have a they lose something by dying, and it's somewhat similar. What's dumb? You don't want them to have corruption, really? Well, I mean, so Mr. Limiton, let's talk about this. So, I mean, do you think it's fine for them to kill um kill horses like as it is? Like should there be any sort of penalty even at all? I guess we should start there. Should there be a penalty? Or is it just free? Right now it's just free reign, right? You can kill anybody's mount. Now they might turn around and kill you, but there's no penalty for killing mounts right now. I think that if you're leaving the horse out, you are risking it. Oh, so you would say if we don't desummon the mount, then you're just at risk. Yeah, I mean you can desummon and resummon. Now here, what about if somebody's on it though? It's like parking your car in a shitty area in the city. But what if somebody's riding it? I'm not muted, Mitch. Can y'all can hear me, right? I mean, nobody else is. Yeah, they can hear me on Twitch. So, and I'm pretty sure everyone else that was on YouTube heard me as well. So maybe you're messing with me. Are you messing with me? Anyways, back to the mounts. So I don't know. So here's what happened to me. So I was over in Miraleth, and I was joining a guild group that was all the way over in Ursine Caves, which is a long distance. It's a very long ride. It's kind of opposite ends of the current Riverlands that we have to run around in. And so I knew it was going to be a long ride anyways, but I was at Miraleth just selling some glint, got on my mount, was about to leave, and somebody killed my mount while I was on it. And then they kind of waved at me and danced and walked away. And nothing happened to them. They just decided to kill my mount. It was one of Jamie's groups, so I don't know. It's because they saw who I was. But that sucked, man. That sucked because I already had a long ways to travel, and then I had to wait 10 minutes for my mount to respawn. And it wasn't because of combat, wasn't doing anything. Somebody just decided that, hey, this will be funny. Just gonna kill the mount out from under him. It was kind of annoying, but in a short time to get there. Yeah. Actually, yeah, we got there. No, that's true. We got there and the servers went down. They brought him down. So, can you even individually target the mountains? Yes. Yeah, they've done it to me for sure. My literally like the mount blew up, and I was walking. It took me a second. I was like, "What the hell just happened?" And then I realized it was somebody behind me that killed the mount. Again, either 0 cooldown on the mount or they gain corruption. I mean, if we think of the mount as an extension of the character, then I would say corruption, but I guess some people might think that's too much. So then the question is, should you even be able to kill mounts? Did you report it shouldn't be possible? Are you sure? Do you mean it shouldn't be possible for them to kill it while you're on it? I'm pretty sure that is intended, like it's working as intended. What's up, Lippin from Sweden? I remember you telling us from what time is it in Sweden? Oh, now you can hear me after you're reloaded. That's all good. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know how I feel about killing the horse out from under people, but I think if you're just leaving your horse out in the middle of nowhere, then you should risk getting it killed. I would rather 4:40 a.m. Are you? Yeah, going to work, right? Or something. I think we talked about this before, right? I would rather be able to steal their mounts than kill it. That was fun. So there was a period of time, like I've mentioned this many times before. There was a period of time we could steal mounts, and that was fun. They could just desummon them out and it would disappear from you, but it was still fun to walk off with their mount. Killing mounts and pets should definitely give corruption. I think of them as an extension of the character of your character. My Mortal Online 2 trauma. If they kill the mount and you can just resummon it, fine, but there's a cooldown. It's a pain. Yeah, it is that 10. It's that 10-minute cooldown that just sucked. Now, I will also say, it is not just characters that can kill your mount. I've also had not just other players that can kill your mount. I've also had NPCs kill my mount. So I've had, I think it was a whirlwind. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I had an NPC jump at me. I had just got off my mount. I rolled out of the way, so I didn't get hit. But my mount was killed. So, I guess that kind of throws a wrench in the idea of corruption if other things can kill your mount as well. But that has also happened to me, which is a pain in the ass. So, if it's a known scout for a rival guild, killing them out from under it is a strategic move to immobilize them and kill them. Yeah, Suppa, is it Supa? Supa. I'm gonna call you Supa, not Suppa. Yeah, and I think that's the whole reason that it's in like it is that sort of gameplay element. Super, yeah. And that's why I think they'll probably leave it in. I don't think that gets removed. I think it's intended. But I think you have to start wondering, should you apply different things to it like you do corruption, right? Like if you're flagged purple, or if you're corrupted, or if you're just a non-combatant, does that change any component of killing them out? Because it is a pain in the ass. I really, really wanted to flag on the person that killed my mount, but I was in Jamie's territory, and I've heard that it's been a little bit more lawless lately. So I did not. I just walked away, as I should. If this is intended, summoner won't be playable. I mean, shouldn't you be able to kill the summoner's summons? I think, right? I mean, I think that's a fair target in PvP. I don't know if you talked about it, but do you think they should reset servers? I don't believe they are. Actually, they are not. I tweeted the Ashes of Creation account. Let me find that. I'm pretty sure they responded back because I asked about. They put a post today about November 8th, and so I asked about well, shit, what happened to my? I can't get into Twitter. Is it down? The hell, I can't get into Twitter. Anybody else get into Twitter? All right, now it's starting to work. I think maybe not. Weird. That was really weird. All right, I'm not going to mess with that right now. Yeah, Steven said Discord they do not currently plan to wipe. Yeah, so for November 8th there won't be. That's why I think they'll just add more servers. I think he did mention they're going to maybe wipe into phase 2, right? Was that in the Discord? They had a Discord Q&A, and I want to say it might have been in there, but not entirely sure. You should be able to kill the summons, but doing so should give corruption. Summoner without pet can't fight back and kill you, so just flagging and killing the pet. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, so you don't think they should be able to kill the summons? See, I guess I feel like if you're in combat, that the goal is to kill the summons because the summoner's power is in that summons. Kind of similar to the mage, right? You're going to kill the mage because the power is in the mage. So I guess I don't know. I feel like you should be able to kill summons as just a natural part of gameplay. I would expect though that the summoner should have heals. They should have the ability to heal their summons and all of that sort of stuff, so that if you do try targeting it, they have a way to keep it up. And I think most games that have summons, summoner like characters, they allow you to heal your pets. I mean, that's been a thing since EverQuest. But yeah, I think summons should be fine. Now you want to kill the summoner because tank pets are tanky, summoners are squishy. Well, yeah, I mean, if you have a tank pet, then you're probably going to go after the. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the summons. Killing the pet is clearly griefing. Kind of like stunning a player in melee with a mob. I don't know. That's an interesting conversation to have. I was watching some PvP, and I think this game has some huge potential. Do you think Ash's corruption system has been working well? Yes, Mitch, I do. I've heard a couple of stories of somebody going to like the new player experience areas and just killing everyone, but I think that's been pretty rare. I think you can't expect people to have PK alts, but for the most part, it feels like corruption has worked very well. I don't have people just trying to kill me. I've killed a corrupted player. I've PvP'd with other people, but having a random person come up and PK me has not really happened. So I don't expect it to happen. Because it's a pretty painful. Corruption is no joke. So death itself sucks, right? Just dying normally, losing your materials, that's the part that sucks. The EXP debt goes away fast, right? I don't worry about EXP debt. I've died. Hell, I don't even know. We die at least a dozen times. Yesterday morning probably. I actually died twice in the same polls. So, like we had, literally like one instance, I had a bear mauled me, and so I respawned at the Ember Spring, and then all of a sudden I was teleported back into the fight again, and got killed again. So like I've even died multiple times in the same encounter. So you will die many times in this game, and that's just going to be a normal part of gameplay. But the material loss is what sucks. The XP that's fine. Corrupted players, on the other hand, losing your gear that sucks. Gears what matters in this game. You know, your gear. So we actually, I did a little bit of experimenting with this. It was last week during PTR. They buffed up our level, so I think I got to level 21, but I didn't have any gear improvements. It was just the level, and you know, being level 21 really didn't offer any benefit. It's the gear that matters. So at level 21 with starter gear, like level 8 and 9 things could kill me potentially. If I mean, I'd have to be kind of stupid for that to happen, but it's possible. So your character level doesn't seem to matter as much as your gear. So the fact that your corrupted players lose so much gear is important. So we actually saw that. It was Royer who killed, was part of the group that killed Steven, and Royer took all his gear because Steven was corrupted and he got 4 pieces. So I think corruption's actually in a fairly decent spot. You're always going to have people that just want to kill other people. And yes, the bounty hunter system, Kriska, that will be hopefully also, again, something that helps combat that a little bit. But I think corruption, I'm someone that's kind of gravitated more towards feeling like corruption is okay. You know, we obviously need to get a lot more people in and get the world to be much bigger, see how it feels. I'm level 12, grinded some good gear, and was killing level 20s 1v1. What are you playing? Shipples? What's your class? I've seen some fighters that have spec'd really well and have really ranger. Okay. Now are they level 20s? Are they no stars? Because you know, it is certainly possible to hit to fight things much higher than you, especially in a group. Oh, players. Sorry. Uh, really? Okay. I wonder what their gear was like. Again, gear is king here. Gear at this point is king. Your gear matters. So yeah, player level matters very little. Exactly, Shipples. That's been in my experience as well. Your player level does, outside of the skills you get every time you level, like the level itself does not matter. So I like that. I really like that gear matters so much. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be helpful for crafters too, right, later on, right? Player level is more your HP than anything else. Yeah, and your mana, that's true. But yeah, that's player level has not a whole lot of effect here. Gear may be less of a problem once crafting and economy is more fleshed out, allowing for more PK as gear is more available. Yeah, I mean, I think that's expected for sure. Although right now gear is pretty available too. They buffed up gear drops over the weekend. So, for example, Highwayman Hills last weekend we grind there and didn't get any drops, and this weekend got a lot of drops at Highwayman Hills. Actually, when I went over, there was such an abundance of drops that when I joined Vladis and Royer and all of them on Sunday, they handed me a rare. It was a rare sword and a shield up for upgrades that they just had because they'd already had so many other things drop. So it's not super hard to get items or gear right now if you know where to go. By the way, in Lineage 2, when you killed a summon or other pet, you go red, but only just so killing one mob would clear you. So it was not as much of a corruption. Which is why you get 10 to participate in the node and then do some professions. But yeah, gear's going to be super, super important. So you're going to want you want to be a part of a good guild or have some good crafting friends. For sure. Eventually we're going to start a guild, the Ashen Forge, and adventuring and trade company, brave the dangerous steps with the healing power of Phantom X, corner the local trade market with neurotoxin, or join Diggs to do whatever he's doing. Diggs ain't even playing. Diggs will be doing Diggs things. Yeah, that's called Lego Fortnite. Diggs' things right now are Lego Fortnite. So, um, I almost wanted to kick him out of the show last night. It's like, you haven't even played 2 hours, man. What's going on? Like, you're on here talking about it. You haven't touched it since last weekend when we talked. In your experience, are the people in your group giving each other items since it helps the whole group grind faster? So I have been in more pug groups than I've been in guild groups, because I am in Genesis, which is with Rive right now, and so I've been in guild groups, which those groups obviously, yes, they want to share. But I've been in a lot of pugs, and for the most part, well, it depends on who's in the group. Um, I think you get people that aren't, you don't really have people right now that are just needing everything, but then sometimes you run into that one person that does. So, and since everything is tradable, there have been a couple of groups actually, now that I think about it, where you sort of notice there's that one person that keeps needing stuff. So then you just have to need everything. And, but I've had some that for the most part, it's been collaborative, I will say. I've not had any groups that sort of had just gone to shit um, at all. So, for the most part, we've, for the most part, people seem to share. Yeah, I had to prove that, greedy motherfuckers. Yeah, everybody, you run into the, so this is how it usually starts, right? You have your group, and everybody's like, oh, we're going to be nice and play nice, and I'll need on this, or only if I need it, and I'll agree on everything else. And then you get that one person that comes in that just like needs everything. And so everybody sort of says, all right, then we're just all need, but you still get trading afterwards. So you're not getting any items that are bound to the players. You can trade everything. So, herbalism, farming, weaving, tanning, and leatherworking is probably the way to do leatherworking. No idea which one stays at apprentice. Yeah, you are going to have to be careful about what you choose. Yeah, for your profession. So, pug life is the thug life. Yeah, pugs. I mean, the pugs have been okay. I've had some super squishy tanks, I will say, but then I've had some tanks like Sunday. Shit, what was his name? Long Dong Wong, I think is his name. And he was part of, oh shit, what was it? It was something with Sharif. Something about Steven. I'm trying to remember his guild name. He was good. He was actually really good for a pug. And that was just me reaching out in general global chat saying, hey, level 13 cleric looking for group. And we pugged up and it went very well. But I'm actually really worried if botting is not kept under control, that bots will ruin the economy. Since everything is tradable, um, well, I mean, you will eventually have everything be crafted rather than dropped. I tend to think of bots as people who go out and just grind out mobs. I don't know. It's Steven takes that pretty RM team pretty serious. Saint Sharif or Sharif Saints. Yeah, so I don't know. It was something with him. It was actually it was clever. I liked it. Um, it is definitely dismay. It is different to have everything tradable. So I guess we'll just have to see how that all works out. Um, there's some people who theorize that botting won't be that big of an issue because of the monthly sub, but I'm not so much. I don't buy that so much. I know it's been a huge, big ass problem in Throne and Liberty, which is free to play. But if there's a market there, right? If you have people that can make money, so if it costs them $15 for a sub, but it generates them $5,000 in sales, do you really care if that sub gets burned every 5 days? Probably not. So I don't know. We'll see how they do. I'm not someone who expects the fact that there is a sub cost. I don't expect that to be like the end all be all of bots. I think you're still going to have bots. Um, Yeah, that's another great case, Mr. Leamington. Botters, stolen credit cards, and then your profits. So, I think bots are going to be there. What I would love to see them do is for someone to sort of flag them as a bot. I don't know. This might be exploitable. If there was a way to tell Intrepid, hey, this appears to be a bot, Intrepid to kind of verify it somehow and then let us kill them. But I think that could be very exploitable potentially. That would be sort of the potentially the thing we just saw with Pirate, um, with Thor's Guild, Pirate Software, where there's somebody he put a guild on KOS because apparently they stream sniped, and then that guild threatened to go tell to get them banned through the Ashes GM people or something. So, trying to do something similar with declaring a bot and then letting us PK them probably would be very, very exploitable. But that would be fun though. I wish we would have a way just to kill them and not get a lot of problems out of it. Is it still going on? Is there more? Oh, there's more. Holy shit. This was 5 hours ago. This is a big ass long Reddit post too. I'm gonna have to read this later. I won't read it with y'all today, but yeah, there was a lot with Pirate Software. I think the story was, and we heard about it last night. So the story, yeah, if anyone correct me if I'm wrong, the story was Pirate and his guild were obviously he was streaming, and they were, I think, in the process of reporting bugs through the bug reporting system, which if you've seen it, basically takes up your whole screen, so you can't really see anything that's around you. And this guild, I'm forgetting the guild's name, Apex something, Apex Order, supposedly what's been alleged is that they stream sniped his guild, waited until they were in the middle of bug reporting, and then killed them. And so Pirate said, Thor said, you're kill on sight. Like, we're just going to kill you. And then that spawned this whole long ass Reddit post about monopolies by huge guilds. And I think it was completely downvoted. I don't think there was 0 upvotes to it. Actually, what is this one? This one's got 7 upvotes, but 124 comments. So I'll have to read this later. But yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, if somebody's going to stream snipe you and just generally give you shit like that, um, I don't mind them being killed on sight. I mean, I feel like that's part of the game, right? A big part of the game is this idea that reputation matters. And WoW, it doesn't, because you can do most of that shit on your own. But you go back to some of the older games, EverQuest, like if you were known as the asshole on the server, like you probably need to find a new server because nobody's gonna fuck with you. They won't want to deal with you because you're the asshole. So that is coming back here in Ashes. 100% that is coming back. The TLDR is basically if massive Zerg guilds don't get curbed, the game ends up like New World with Zergs. Chain smoking servers until they die, get merged, and the game dies within a year. I mean, I can see that argument, but at the same time, the world's going to be so fucking huge, though. I mean, think about how long it takes to run from one place to the other right now in Riverlands. And, Riverlands isn't complete, and it's what, one of 18 biomes? Like, I don't, I feel like Thor's guild could take Riverlands, and then you have 17 others that exist for other people to do stuff. If server transfers exist in any form, it'll happen. Yeah, I bet that, and that's a way to make money, right? So I'm pretty sure they'll exist somehow at some point. Bot bounty, yes. Guts, that is. I would love to do for that to happen if there was a way to do it that was not exploitable. Hopefully not. I hope no. So okay, so everybody, actually, I'm curious now because this surprises me a little bit. Let's do a quick poll. Should server transfers exist in ashes? Yes or no? Actually, yes, no, or hell no. And then I don't care. I feel like that's such a normal part of games, though, to offer server transfers. Server transfers ruined WoW back in the day. Is there actual drama or just PvP drama? I mean, there's drama everywhere. Most of it centers on PvP, though. Fighting of some sort. That's a lot of where all this sort of shows its head, anyways. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out. This whole, which you knew that was going to happen with Thor. Like I hope he assumed that was going to happen. Like, you know what's going to happen come Friday if Asmon's on, right? I mean, for damn sure, if Asmon is playing and he is alive, like that's going to happen to him too. Like you have people that at this point, the way the game's designed, now they'll get corrupted, but they can kill whoever they want. So you know, I think you'll see the exact same thing with Asmon. I feel like Thor is better understanding of it, and he has a good head on his shoulders, and he likes these types of games. So you know, he that's where he was just like, fuck it, put him kill on sight. You know, no time for this shit. Moving on. Yeah, you know, I think you look at someone like Asmon. If he gets a couple of these where people just stream snipe and kill him, like I feel like he'll just rage quit. I feel like he will be the next soda poppin'. Transfers, but no materials. Yeah, so just your character and level, I guess. What's up, blank site? If server transfers exist, then botters can make accounts on low pop or nearly dead servers, cheat, exploit, and farm as much as they want, and then go to another server. Well, I mean, I get the arguments against server transfers. Yeah, shitballs. I mean, like that. You'd have your clothes on your back. I guess the thing I think of with Ashes though is it's just such a long time to level. This is the main reason I think of server transfers. But you know, I think part of the draw of Ashes is just also that each server's different. So maybe it's more fun to roll a new character, I guess. On a different server, see what your experience is like leveling. Bullying Asmon off the server is kicking yourself in the nuts. If the game gets erupted as a gank box, nobody will play it. I mean, that's the risk, right? That's the risk of being niche. I still think this is a close to niche game, if not a niche game. I think as things are going to be, you're going to have a hard time pulling in, you know, the pure PvE players, and I think you're going to have a hard time with the really hardcore PvP players. You're not going to get the hardcore raiders either because there's not going to be that sort of system. So yeah, I think there's a big risk of being niche for sure. And what's up, Royer? How's it going, brother? You just end your stream? This is Royer, a wonderful content creator who actually just we were just talking about, posted the video about Steven. So it was Royer who stole Steven's items and then got made to grovel as a level 1 and then get killed. So, and teabag. Did he teabag you? I'm pretty sure he teabagged you, right? Or is that just this narc? It's on here too, guys. Let me find it. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go.
And now Steven's teabagging me as well.
Did that happen to you, Royer? He did, the whole sack. The whole sack. He got teabagged. So, that seems to be something Steven enjoys doing. I was the first. You gonna wear that with a badge? You should work that into work that into your guild speech, man. You see, you saw that, yeah. Definitely work that into your guild speech, that somehow you were the first to be teabagged by Steven, and thus the people should follow you. Yeah, I put a lot of these in here. That was Steven. Oh, I changed the Phantom X down one too.
I got Fant MX down.
Yeah, so I actually added the gameplay to it. But yeah, that's all on there. I don't know if that's too many I don't know if the channel points is too much or not. Like I need some feedback on that. Like is 400 too much, 500 too much? Do I need to reduce the cost? Then of course we have soda popping still too. That was
I don't know what the fuck a node is. I have no fucking idea.
so. No, okay, so that's a good price. All right. No, it's good because it can get out of control. Yeah, I've had to do a whole queue system. I'm gonna put in something where I can actually just stop it if I need to. Yesterday when I first put it in, people were using it a lot. Problem could be leveling up on a low pop, easy to grind, level gathering, then server transferring to high pop. I don't know that leveling would necessarily be easier on a low pop than a high pop. I mean, right now you need a group. If you're wanting to be efficient, you need to be in a group leveling. Like you're not going to level efficiently solo. You can still level, but you know, you're gonna the grind really needs to be with the group. Which I guess you can still have groups on low pop servers, but so Royer, what we were talking about was whether whether server transfers should exist. What the hell happened to my poll? I didn't even see who won. I don't even know. It disappeared. I didn't get a chance to look at my own poll. That sucks. Like voluntary paid server transfers, yes. That's what we were sort of debating, whether it should be allowed or not. Last I saw, hell no one. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it disappeared. It's no longer up on my screen here. I didn't get to look at it. So see, Royer thinks they should. Well, we were talking about it sort of, there was an RMT component to this, sort of Zergs and hardcore stuff. I don't know. How should you be allowed to transfer? Should it be with all your stuff? Should it be with just the gear, your shirt on your back, no resources, limit resources that you can go, don't break the economy. Thought server transfer, Steven said they weren't going to do them. That's a good point. I can actually check pretty quick. Let me look here. I'll look in the wiki. You would be required to forfeit just about everything. Yeah. I guess I guess so it's different having a PVX type game. And nodes. All right, server transfer. Is there anything in the wiki? Let's see. So here is the official wiki. There you go. Server transfers outside of server merges will not be possible initially. So just initially. But they will look at everything else. So there you go. Not initially. But it's a way to make money. That's why it's in, right? They're going to have to make money back somehow. That's why usually people put in those sorts of things. So I just assume they will probably do it at some point. What do you want? What is this about Neuro? I want Ash Cosmetics that leaves glowing poop, so that if he teabags me, he has to get dirty. Well, I asked Steven to teabag me, and I was not listened to. So the Teabag Herald, that's hilarious. Should be an in-game title achievement. Yes. Yes. There should be some sort of title that comes with "I got teabagged by Steven Sharif." We should make that into like an in-game shirt or a hat that you can just sort of wear around, make it a cosmetic thing. That would be absolutely hilarious. Well, that was an interesting little rabbit hole about server transfers. So, and part of what started it too, we were talking about botting. So, you know, that botting is probably gonna happen even with a sub-based game. And that we would prefer to be able to just kill the bots if we can. So, sorry, I'm looking back through all the old chat, see what I missed. The new I Survived Barons chat shirt. Yeah. We need to get one for Diggs too, for everyone that's debated Diggs. I wanted to make a shirt that just says wait, 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 because that's usually how he interrupts. He'll say, wait, wait, wait. And I want that across the shirt. Wait, wait, wait. So what we're just kind of roaming all over here. We were talking about the PTR and kind of some of the experiences over the weekend. Hopefully if they can fix this whole issue with NPC pathing and things, it'll be good. Because again, that definitely everything looked just really out of place all over the world. And hopefully it's working. But I did not really get to spend any time in the PTR build. So I'll have to kind of check it out tomorrow. I assume there'll be a PTR build tomorrow. There's almost always PTR builds every day of the week. So Baron's chat was horrible in WoW, and Ash's hits Ruins chat. I thought it was Reddit. Ash's Reddit, right? We were talking about oh hell, here's Vladis. What's up, everybody? Our man Vladis. I appreciate you, Vladis. Wow, we have Vladis and we have Royer in here and Pally, actually. You all are part. What I love the guild name. I appreciate you, Vladis, by the way. Let me do this. I'm trying to learn how to be a good streamer. You have a long name though. It takes me a minute to type it out. There you go. For a shout out. Best skill. Actually, Royer, I was gonna give you all time to plug it. Oh shit, I just lost my fucking head. I appreciate the raid, Lattice, I really do. Welcome all in, everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Phantom X on Theory Forge, and I'm one of these Twitch streamers just like Lattice and Royer. God damn it, what's the name? It's what is the name of your guild? Something is Biss. My brain is not working right now. Good morning. What's up, Cruda? Yes, ignorance is Biss. I think they've had an abundance of applications though, so you might not be able to get in right away. Solid group of people though. What was your speech, Royer? Like, don't expect to get anything out of this or something like that. We're just here to have fun. Something like that. Did I paraphrase that right? Like, we have no goals. Don't come here with goals because we don't have any. We just want to go out and have fun. So I don't know how you're going to vet people for that, but yeah, it should be on a shirt for sure. You should make that merch. We offered nothing, just laughs. It's fun. It's y'all do. I mean, I was grouped with them yesterday. They got a solid, although Pally's the healer, so I don't know where I fit into that. Although I do think an 8-man group needs to have 2 clerics. So maybe there's room for a second cleric. I also joined their Discord today, but only as a friend. I am currently in Genesis. No, there's nothing today. That's a build up to Friday. So we're going to have a little bit more fun Friday because so far anybody that's won anything, they've not been able to do anything. Friday though, that everyone can kind of jump right in. So we're going to do everything on Friday. I just put that in as a build up. Yes, we do also have a Discord. It's probably not as active as everyone. It should be coming around. There we go. But I'm in there kind of chatting about shit. I'm almost in everybody else's Discord most of the time though. 5 a.m. for you. Yeah, it'll be during the day, actually, on Friday morning. So we'll go live in the morning prior to the servers coming up, assuming they come up at 10 a.m. That per the norm for Intrepid, they've had 2 chances to have a 10 a.m. server launch on a Friday, and it's been delayed every time. So par for the course. How does unique NPC movement like the wolves running in a circle feel to your guys? That feels terrible. The NPC movement, a lot of it, the wolves are terrible. God, what else? The what is it we were fighting yesterday? Sharpshooters that were like jumping off the buildings and running away. The movement is not good. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I fought that the movement actually seemed good. Because I feel like things either have a lot of wacky ass movement or they just stand there. It's one or the other. The snipers with the the disengage of the snipers. Like they would jump off the top of this building. We were on like the 2nd, 3rd floor of this Highwayman Hills building, and they would backflip off over into the woods somewhere else. Just really, really weird shit. So hopefully they fix that pathing and things turn around. I expect it to be a bit of a shit show early with the first wave keys getting in. Yeah, Gingerbread Man, I hope they do something in a way that shows people there are new servers. Your AOC Discord list is growing. Hey man, I have shit, I don't even know. I have a folder because you can make your folders in Discord. Well, here I can count it up. No, I can't. I don't know. I have like 15 different Ashes of Creation Discords, so it's hard to keep up with everybody. But I recommend it based on pop. Yes, yeah, some sort of like population or some sort of saying, hey, this is a new server. I really hope they ahead of time talk to admin and say, hey, if you're going to play, can you go on this server? Because I know that I will be pissed, and I'm sure many other people will be pissed if you on Friday, if we've been play testing for 2 weeks now, grinding for hours and hours and hours, and all of a sudden, you get admin or anybody else that has a large following, and you can't get on because you're in a queue of 500. That will suck. So I really hope they try to direct people as best as they can. What is up, Thogly? Thank you for the raid. Why is the shout out not working? It's supposed to shout out the person, and all it is doing is saying your name. I don't know what's broken with it. But thank you very much for the raid. I'm trying to think. I think I played with some. You're on Vira too, right? I had a group that had, I'm pretty sure the 2 main. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had one of your guild members, and then oh shit, I'm forgetting the other one. Mithril Warhammers. Is that right? Because I'm pretty sure I had 2 dwarven guilds in my Sunday group. So that's a good group, actually. It was a good pug. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I had one of each guild because I recognize the names. Right now it's just late and I'm dumb and I've been drinking a little bit of beer, so I'm trying to remember. What did you do? What did I miss? What did you considering? Oh, well, considering I was permabanned from AOC Discord, I'm doubling down for oh shit.
And now Steven's teabagging me as well.
There you go. I hope Narc doesn't mind that I turned that into a channel point thing. That's what he gets for calling me fucking Fat Max forever. I'm gonna find more, by the way, too. Do something with his dumbass looking shaved face. So are they for sure adding new servers this Friday? They have not announced that. I would assume that, though. I think it's a very fair to assume that they're going to add new servers. I can't imagine a world where they don't. You know, Saturday, 6 p.m. Saturday, my time, like there was a queue. Like it took a long time to get in. So, you know, you're adding in a number of other people. I assume at least minimum one NA and one EU. All right, I'll stretch a little bit too. Have they announced in timeline when is that Enchanter will be what? Have they announced in the timeline? Is that what you're saying? Enchanter will be released? I'm not sure I'm following. Steven said they might based on the work week. Yeah, again, I think they're going to. Enchanter.
I don't know what the fuck a node is. I have no fucking idea.
That one's fun too. I've turned it on so where I can hear it now when it plays. That's why I'm smiling. Forever, I've had everything turned off in my own earpieces, but I wanted to be able to hear these things. Enchanter as an archetype was told it's not available. Yeah, so you're talking about secondary stuff. Is Enchanter one of them? Yeah, that would be a secondary build. Secondaries are not going to be on for a long time. You know, secondaries won't even start until we have all of the base 8, and that won't happen until sometime next year. We have enchanting. Sorry. Yes. So enchanting. Yes, you can enchant weapons and items. Yeah. I thought we were talking about the sort of enchanter class, which I love to play in EverQuest. So, but it's going to be a long time before we get any kind of secondaries in. Yeah, they need to add another server for sure. If I were, we still had queue times. Yeah. No, I agree. That's part of why I play early. So typically Saturdays and Sundays when I'm playing, it is I start at like 5:30 a.m. Central Time. And let me tell you, if you don't mind getting up at 5 in the morning, there's no queue. That is the easiest thing to do. Like you just get right in. No problems at all. You know, it's early. It's goddamn early in the morning. You need a lot of fucking coffee, but you don't have a queue. So, what are these comments about being savage? Oh, because of my, yeah. I mean, have you seen his face since he's shaved? I mean, I know we shouldn't shame people, but you know, I feel like the fact that he's called me Fat Max forever, I can kind of talk about how fat his face looks. I mean, the beard didn't really hide it well anyways, but with it gone, it's very obvious. So I'm more curious to see how long it takes him to grow it back. Like, does he have the, you know, the growth of a child? Like, is it going to take him a year to get some stubble or what? So is this a funny rivalry or an actual beef? Are you talking about with me and Narc? I'm just kind of fucking around. No, I mean, I honestly generally have had fun with Narc. I actually was in his guild for a bit. He kicked me out. No clue why, but he kicked me out. So, yeah, I left his server. I did leave his Discord server and stuff a while back, but just more for sort of negativity reasons than interpersonal reasons. I've gone on, actually, I still will occasionally drop on his streams and, you know, type out something like, look at that pretty face. And well, most of the time he ignores me, but he has told me to fuck off. So he asked his viewers who thought EXP debt was a good thing, and then he banned everyone who said yes. Yeah, but he unbans everyone. He would never ban me. Like, I like to try to poke at him, like, to really, because he does it to me. Like, if he notices I'm in chat, like he'll really try to fuck with me occasionally. But although one of my favorite things to do, because it's sort of counterplaying, if I do a video and I know and he ends up watching it and they know I'm in chat, they sort of there's a lot of picking at me, but I usually will just leave and let the video run in the background. So they're kind of talking into the wind, but, No, he's Narc is a. I always say the positivity side of Narc is he is a very good raid leader. So I have raided with him, and he actually does know his shit when it comes to raid leading. But yeah, I'll leave it there. He started it with the Fat Max shit, clearly projecting. So you know, he unfortunately can't take any hair off the top of his head to make a beard. So it's all in good fun. I can only grow a beard and suffer from dry skin in the winter. Yeah, this for me was started out as laziness, is what this was, and I don't know. People look at you different. Like everyone that has a beard here in chat probably will agree with this. When you have a long beard like this, especially with some white in it, like people legit like kind of treat you a little different. It's a little weird. They kind of look at you a little bit different. And so I've kept it. It's a little weird because I work sort of administratively in a big company, and you know I've been there forever, and now all of a sudden I have this big ass beard. But you have a good beard regimen. Oh yes, yes, beard oil is definitely my thing. My friend. Um, Otherwise, if it starts to get dry and it doesn't feel right. You know, it was the weirdest thing yesterday. It was super windy, and it's the first time I felt like I could feel my beard like blowing in the wind. I know that's a super weird ass side conversation, but it felt kind of weird. Ombois shaves on his birthday every year, and all of a sudden people say he looks like, oh yeah, yeah. You definitely, if you have a beard and you shave, you look much younger. Some people just also look kind of uglier, but I won't go down that road anymore. We have the cult of the beard know its power. Yes. Definitely need a good beard oil. And they actually do vary. So one is not the same as the other. You need a good comb too to kind of comb out. Oh, you also have to have a really good beard barber. So I have somebody now that does a tremendously good job. I'd actually need to go back, but I haven't been there for a bit. What's AOC hype? What's up, AOC cultist? Yes, we all have hype. Well, actually, right now we all have sort of some withdrawal, not being able to jump in. Some of us can get on PTR, but not for very long. You don't have an ugly beard. That's not what I'm saying. Wait, no, you're calling me for being ugly with a beard? No. There we go. Spicy Texan peppers. What's up, Fat Max? Are you one of that's a first message. Are you one of Narc's alts? I know he's still awake. It is only what 4:30 his time right now. I know he's awake. I know he's playing. Cuz I know that fucker doesn't wake up till like 2 p.m. So he's still playing video games right now. Did I say your name too many times and you've spawned? Is that what's happened? Quick. Where did it go? Real fast. Oh shit. There we go.
And now Steven's teabagging me as well.
He has so much pleasure in his voice when he's saying that. Like he's thoroughly enjoying that teabagging, you know? My beard looks like Joe Dirt's beard from that one movie. I will say having someone that trims my beard has been very helpful. So, Narc in your walls. No. Narc is nowhere in me, but that sounded kind of weird. It was probably intent. Peak content, yeah. I had fun watching him and Steven. That was especially when Steven started bringing it up to the people up to the jail. You just trim your own. I can't do that. I can't figure out. We're talking about beards now. I can't. I don't know. I fuck it up if I try to do it myself. What's up, Drunk Ninja? What did I just walk into? I was just teabagging. I'll do it again. So where did it go? There you go.
And now Steven's teabagging me as well.
GIF of leak. It was just too good. I couldn't let that one go. So that's gonna stay there for a little bit. So Yeah, I mentioned there was some drama. Oh, what's this? They should call nodes territories or freeholds or something else to communicate the idea better to new players. Oh, that's an interesting question. Or not a question, interesting statement, Marak. So I'm going to read this all out. So they should call nodes territories or freeholds or something else to communicate the idea better to new players that don't necessarily follow AOC. I'm with Soda Poppin' in this. Node is too technical. That's actually, I think that's a fair conversation to have. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, this is in here too.
I don't know what the fuck a node is. I have no fucking idea.
I, as funny as it is to watch that and to watch the rage quit, as funny as that is, I actually do agree with what you just said or typed, and I actually agree with, well, I shouldn't say I agree with Soda. I see the frustration, right? Like the systems and ashes of creation are very complex. They're kind of difficult to understand. They have their own nomenclature for a lot of these things. And if you're not used to it, you aren't really going to know, what these things are. And the reality is right now, the new player sort of experience, the hand holding sucks. It's just, it's not any good. So, bro, that laughing face looks like Phantom X. But anyways, sorry, I just had to read that. But yeah, the new player experience sucks right now, and I get part of why. I get why that is, right? Like right now, it is all about networking. They just want people in. They want to see the servers break and how to fix them, and fix rubber banding, and get server meshing in, and all this shit. But at the same time, you've now invited in literally tens and hundreds of thousands of people that maybe haven't followed this game like a lot of us cultists have. And so I actually kind of understand where Soda Poppin's coming from there, especially when he played. Things were buggier that weekend than this last weekend. Some of the little circles for quests showed up, some didn't. The map was terrible. If you zoomed out too far, things disappeared. I'm not arguing that Ashes should handhold, but it definitely needs a much better new player experience. So, or maybe they should just have people like, I don't know. Maybe they can get volunteers that sit out
I
front.
don't know what the fuck a node is. I have no fucking idea.
People that are trying to hang out and help. Soda Poppin is actually just brain rotted. Dude can't even cook an egg. Yeah, but I get the I agree with the argument that was put forth, that I think there's some validity into his frustration. So, Blue Moon, yes, that is I don't have an orange, but yes, I thank you. Blue Moon is one of my favorites. What changes were on the PTR? What you see? That is it. One line. That was thank you for the hydrate. There's your PTR notes for today. Impressive, I know. They must be confident in their work this week to keep selling the alpha keys for this weekend. That's an interesting question too. Why they changed that. I think a lot of people can look at it different ways. Like they could have just been nice. They just letting more people in. They could just need the money, or did not enough people actually buy the keys and they need more. I don't know. Maybe they're expecting new eyes like Asmon and people to come in and spend a lot. Because I had actually reached out and asked if they could extend it a week ago, because I wanted to do key giveaways for Extra Life, and was told at the time no, that the November 1st was the end date. for phase 1, and that was it. And they were going to not extend it at all. And then come Friday, November 1st, they did extend it. So, holy fucking shit. I am Royer. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you greatly. I appreciate you all. Super cool dude. Again, if you do not know who I Am Royer is, he is a excellent content creator. I always say this too. If you ever have a question about how to stream and equipment and all kinds of shit like that, go to Royer because he's going to know. Anything I have, it's because of him. He's mentioned it somewhere or he has said it's good. So yeah, go follow him, Twitch and YouTube. But I appreciate you. I wonder if the DDoS cost them a lot of money. Yes, I believe it did. And I think people who have experience in that realm would tell you, holy shit. Holy goddamn, Thogly with 10. Warrior with 5, Thogly with 10. Holy fucking shit. You all are absolutely amazing. Thogly is another wonderful content creator. Again, has been hanging out in here with us. If you don't know who that is, click his name. Go to his page. Follow him. Yeah, this community is just fucking amazing. It just is a great place to be. So, holy shit. Now I don't even remember what I was talking about. I enjoyed Royer's interaction with Steven. Yeah, that was great. That was really great. But goddamn, I appreciate you both very, very much. You know, Royer, I think part of what I liked most about that video was the genuine, legit surprise you had, where you were sort of like, you know, oh, I'm crashing. I don't know how long that was after you looted Steven. But part of what made me laugh the most was you're like, oh shit, I'm crashing. And the next thing you're staring at Steven in jail. And that was just that was fucking amazing. I don't think anybody would have expected that. So, you know, now that he's done it with Thor and what's his face? Fark. I think people expect it more, but for you, it came out of nowhere. That was hilarious to watch. Should have trashed the legendary equipment in front of Steven. He would have kept his character constantly dead, I'm pretty sure at that point. I'm going to share this again just for the new folks. You know, we do have a running list of patch notes, PTR and live, and this gets updated with all the new stuff. So you can bookmark that if you want to, and just kind of check it every once in a while. I almost vendored it. It was stuff with 16 silver each, and that is a lot of money. Although that seems kind of surprising that it was that cheap. Like it was all legendary, right? It was funny too, Roar, because it looked like when he died, it took a split second, but everyone realized what that meant, meaning that you could loot his body, and all of a sudden you see everyone try to loot it. And you were the lucky one that actually got to it first. Was another thing that was hilarious, but because it didn't happen immediately, it took a split second for. Well, I think for you actually, you tried to click right away, and it clicked like a NPC or something, and you had to exit out. But everyone else, there was this sort of little delay before everybody's like, "Oh shit, what has he got?" So I'm still amazed he died. It was the guards, right? I think the guards that kind of came in and finished him off. I'm pretty sure. I got there first, but interacted with the guard instead of the loot pile. That sucks, pal. And Royer didn't give you anything? He didn't share? I kept knocking. Oh, I saw that too. Yeah, you kept tripping him, right? This dwarf got golds. Some if you swear fealty. Did I ever finish having you all plug your guild? Anyways. Yeah, we did, right? Yeah. I need to start having actually a rotating stream bot thing that just puts guild discords out there for people. We couldn't use it. It was level 20 gear. Yeah. There's a lot of level 20 gear out there, actually. When we were fighting in Ursine Caves, which is absolutely shitty to get gear from, by the way. I would never recommend, if you need gear, do not go to Ursine. If you need experience and glint, go to Ursine, but don't go there for gear. But the limited gear that does drop was also level 20. Like, we couldn't use it. And, we were all level 13 to 15, killing 20 stuff, levels 19, 20 things. But yes, Highwayman Hill seems to be the place to go. You did well as Oakenbane as well. I had a group go into Oakenbane Saturday, and I think it was just not a well-prepared group and not a really well thought out plan, but we died a shit ton at Oakenbane. Like a ton. I think it's Oakenbane. There's a lot of like was it shamans or druids, whatever that does the poison cloud. Holy shit, that hype train got to level 4, guys. God damn. That anything that throws out that poison cloud is, I think, overpowered. That's actually the feedback I got. So we were able to give feedback after the weekend almost immediately. They closed down the server, they sent an email out, and mine was it was 2 things. And I'd already told Planendorf this, is the poison clouds are too much, and the whirlwind is too much. So those things need to be absolutely adjusted. There was one pole in Ursine. There is one pole in Ursine that has a boss that also has I don't remember if it's a druid or a shaman or what, has a monster that does the cloud of poison, but then they also have a big whirlwind guy that comes in, and that just destroys the fuck out of the group. I think the groups just drop. We went up to the top under the tree, rotated the 4 name mobs uncontested for 2 hours or so. Yeah, I think we just had a bad strategy for us. It just did not work for us. So we got an Invisi Cloud bug. I didn't see a debuff when people died. Yeah. Goblin Shamans do the green. Yes, it's the Goblin Shamans. That needs to be toned down. Because you almost have no chance. You really have to be paying attention to when the animation starts that they're throwing it, that little ball. Because if you have to move at that point. If you move any bit later, at least what I found, you're going to get hit by it, and it's going to take chunks of health down, which as a healer is just hard to heal up when you have multiple people standing in a cloud. And it seems to indirectly affect, or it affects the fighter class more than anything, because they don't really have tankiness, but they're there with the tank, where a lot of the times that stuff gets put on the ground. So I definitely, unfortunately, had a tank die 1 or 3 times, maybe more, because of those damn clouds. So Ganker's Paradise. Yeah, actually, that might be a place. You go get some, yeah, it could be. The other part of that was nice about starting early in the day is that you don't have to fight with people for areas. You have pretty much your fair share, say, of where you grind, which is nice. So we were running basically the bottom of Ursine Caves by ourselves for hours, without anyone coming in to try to take over. Tank dies equals healer's fault. Hell no. Although tank is my priority. So what I say is, if a DPS dies, it's their fault. It's probably hilarious to watch me stream while I heal, but because I'm talking as though like people can hear me in the group, like they're watching my chat or something. Get out of that shit, move, get out of the way. What are you doing? We had a couple of times where like some of the DPS would also pull instead of the tank, and it's just like, what the fuck, guys? Where are you going? Like, I'm not going to heal you. I'm not going to heal all of you. Like, I'm just not going to. Luckily, we do have a fair amount of AoE heals and group heals that it's nice. And now that I have a couple of actually good weapons, I still have shit gear. But I have a couple of good weapons. The healing was much better. But we did that all Saturday, all Sunday. You know, leveled from 11 to 15 with just starter gear, and actually some of my starter gear was even missing because I had to go corrupt and lost some of it. So I feel like we did pretty well, and healing's a lot of fucking fun to do. You pull it, you tank it, pro strat, yeah. No, that's true. But that is another, I think I mentioned this earlier, something that we've learned. I think every group needs a bard because the bard provides you the mana you need. If you have a good bard mana song going and you have your blessed weapon on a ranged DPS, you're golden for mana. It's wonderful. If you're in a group that doesn't have a ranger and doesn't have a bard, you're struggling for mana. So the other thing is, I think again you do have to have 2 clerics per group, per 8-man group. So because you can res during battle, which again, when they mentioned that you would be able to do that, I wasn't super excited about the idea of being able just to battle res. But now that I've actually played it with a bunch of people and we've had a chance to do it, actually, I like it. I think it's good. Adds another level of sort of complexity. You know, your tank goes down, and it's like, okay, now I have to kind of, because it's a long cast to resurrect. Like if I've topped everyone off, what's the, you know, are they going to be able to persist for a little while? You know, when do I try to res the tank or res anybody really? But you do have the sort of flash heal, or was it flash heal, cure heal? The instant heal that you can do outside of global cooldown, which is nice. That helps out during that. But yes, you need 2 clerics for the resurrections. I decided to try commission leveling. Went from 10 to 11 Sunday. Now my bank is full of mats. So you were doing the artisan commissions? How'd you find everything? I guess they did increase the respawn, or the availability of the beginner stuff, right? Can you use divine power and do an instant res? Hey, that's a, you know what? I've not tried that. That's an interesting idea. I don't know that I like. Yes, there you go. Yes, you can. I mean, it would make sense that you can. It turns anything into instant. I've just not done it. I don't know that I like the cleric special juice power stuff. This divine power. I don't know. It feels bland. I don't really use it. I don't really need to use it. I hate that it's your first skill choice. As a cleric, you get your first skill point, and you have to choose, you know, what your cleric thing is going to be. I don't think it's like that in any other classes. So it feels like you're being forced to do something that's really not that cool. I guess the trade-off is that you do get to start as a class with resurrect and with heal and with the damage spell, but you think maybe once you get higher level it gets better, maybe, but I don't know. I've just not found it to be all that useful. I feel like there could be better things for the cleric, or at least make it so that it doesn't take skill points. That would be my other suggestion, would be to not to remove it from the skill tree. Still make it available, but disconnect it from needing skill points. I think I would be fine with that, but I use it to instacast judgment, 1 to 100% instant tank heals. Yeah, you're a better cleric than I am, Pally. It sounds like you're a much better cleric than I am. Maybe turn divine power into heals equals shields. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot that we'll get to explore with it as we go. We also only have level 25, right? So we don't have all the skill sets. So I guess potentially it could be made to be even more fun later on, depending on what we get added to it. So I wanted to mention, I don't know if I can find it. A couple of, we were talking a little bit ago about sort of some of the drama that has been popping up in Ashes of Creation already. We talked a little bit about Pirate Software and their guild and everything that has sort of come from that whole interaction with apparently being stream sniped and turning the guild into kill on sight. There's been a little bit more to some of this stuff too. What's your favorite weapon to use on your cleric? I found a spell short bow and it was fun to use. Yeah. I think if range is good for me, Shipples, it comes down to the finisher and how does the finisher interact with your skills and what you're trying to do. If you have a weapon that the finisher makes sense, then go for it. With the spell book, as an example, its finisher can be burning, and then smite can turn burning into conflagration. So there's some synergy there. And then I also just like with the spell book when I'm healing groups to be able to stand back and from afar do damage while I'm healing. So oh, things got really off here. Okay. So all right, what's this other one? Archetypes should be the reason for a cleric. Could have DPS abilities. Will cleric mage be a secret DPS? I mean, yeah, as you add your secondaries, clerics can already do, decent. Clerics, they're not going to be huge DPS, but they are self-sufficient. So I can go out and solo, any no stars that are at my level, and then 1 stars also typically are not too much of a problem. So, clerics do pretty decent with their DPS. So volatile to conflagrate was good. Yes, that one as well. I just had the blessed weapon to apply burning, so I didn't need it. Rogue fighter equals duelist. Your opinions. The rogue fighter. I don't know that I have an opinion right now. We haven't seen the rogue. I want to know what special stuff they're going to do with the rogue. Because I feel like they've put a spin on every class so far. Their own sort of intrepid spin. And so I'm really curious to see what they do with the rogue. Can you heal yourself with all of the cleric skills? You see where I'm going with it. A self-sustained war machine. Yeah, no, you can. You have access to your to turn on dark mode. Yeah, I just popped open a different browser tab. It's dark mode. God damn it, nice. You're going to come in here. We're having a nice conversation. And you're going to come in here and try to put me to sleep. Call me out. Say it needs to be dark mode. I'm sure everyone knows Nice. Nice is in YouTube right now. That's actually you Twitch folks who are wondering. I'm not talking to myself. He's over at YouTube. But I appreciate Nice. Nice is a wonderful content creator as well. So definitely go follow him on YouTube and Twitch. But yes, the cleric is very self-sufficient. You can heal yourself quite well. So, and like I said, a lot of your heals are actually instant cast. You can cast them in the middle of casting Smite or Judgment. Then you have your Consecration spell that does damage and heals as well. So you're really self-sufficient. So I think the only class that's probably considered more OP would be the Bard. At least from people I've talked to. Rogue is my second most looked out class for number 1 being. Oh, so you're out of both of your classes then, Rogue and Summoner. That's too bad. They'll be here eventually, I hope. I 1v2'd Richie and Roar and ended up with 100% health. Yeah, Pally, that sounds about right. I mean, the cleric can be very difficult. I feel like the only thing that's going to take a cleric down is if they mismanage mana and run out. That's the only thing that's going to stop a cleric. Is there any website with depth into info for a person who just grabbed alpha. There's the Ashes of Creation wiki, which is a really great source of information. I can actually just pop the link. It's run by Lex. Lex is amazing. He's on top of everything. Here, I'll put this into. So there's the wiki. I would start there for if you don't really know much about Ashes of Creation. There is also, what is it? The Ashes Codex, I think it is. So if you want to see a little bit more about stuff, I'm not sure how I feel about Ashes Codex, but that is another really, really helpful website if you're new to Ashes of Creation. So Ashes Codex is well, I should clarify, because there are people who don't like this, but it is essentially data mined information that's been put into a website. So maybe you don't want that, then don't click that link. But it has a lot of helpful information. Tell me how to get fine paper. I'm waiting to see how powerful a arc wizard would be in large scale PvP. Yeah, that sounds cool. I'm curious how the secondary will amplify the primary when they're the same. Same for the cleric, but like I said, that's going to be a long time. Actually, the only thing that we've even seen on paper as far as a roadmap for secondaries was the cleric and the tank secondaries. If you go back to their roadmap, they don't mention any others, just the cleric and the tank. We attempted to ask Steven about that when we interviewed him, but because it wasn't clear if it was like an oversight or, I don't know, something else. I've killed many clerics as a fighter. That's sad, but okay. Is the Ranger Bard viable? I don't know yet. Ashes Codex is like Wowhead. Yes. Yes, it is. And I know some people don't like that. So that's why it's just like, maybe I should mention what this is before you actually click the link. I'll let the village nodes have the cottonseed. Tears. Yeah. I feel like I missed something else I was wanting to talk about. I have a basic understanding of the classes just with the dual class. Oh yeah. You can read more. It's just, it really is going to be a long, long time before we have secondaries, unfortunately. So Nice is so nice. Yes, he is. Nice is a very nice person. Nice is a lovely person. So back to the drama stuff I was talking about. So this one centers on sort of the favorite, one of the favorite conversations of many people, which is Envious. I'm sure many people know. I'm sure if you're in this chat right now, you already know who Envious is. Envious is one of the bigger sweaty guilds of Ashes of Creation, and a lot of their members have been in Phoenix Initiative for quite a while. So they are highly invested in the game. They know this game very, very well. Yokai, who is a member of their guild, has done discussion rounds, Sunday podcast for years. They're on Resna, and they often fight with Lineker and his guild, Guild Nova Ortum. So there were a couple of things that actually came up this weekend that I just thought were very interesting. And I feel like I need to start a drama show, and I want people to start feeding me drama so that I can kind of talk about it on stream. Oh, you're on Axiom on Resna with Envious? I'm sorry to hear that. Well, then maybe you can verify some of this. Terrible plows. So in chat over the weekend while I was playing, there was some conversation going on that apparently, and I don't know that this is true because I'm not on Resna, but what I was told was that there were a series of Envious members that were going around to the different nodes and electing Envious members as mayor, and then would drop citizenship, run to the next node, become a citizen, and again, vote for a envious person to be mayor. And reportedly, what was mentioned to me was that they did this for all of the mayorships. I don't know if that's true, but that was certainly a lot of discussion about, if they were doing that, is it okay? Is it exploiting? Should they get in trouble? And I don't know what everyone thinks about that sort of system. That system that shouldn't be able to work. Number one, I had some drama with us. You did, Thogly. Dan, do a drama time stream like the good old Preach Wild Days. I mean, I'm up for it if I get people to feed me some information about the nodes I'm not on. All right, terrible. So they got 2 nodes, but so they did though. So they were able to at least get 2 nodes. I was told that was the method they were using. Now I started this conversation by saying Envious has been in this game forever. The nodes run by other big guilds didn't really have an issue. That's good. Then maybe all this is hearsay, but that's something that shouldn't be able to happen anyways. The system as it is, you're supposed to, when you drop citizenship, be locked out for I think 30 days. But that's obviously clearly not in the game right now. So it's I think it's you're able to drop citizenship and then go ahead and join another node. So there was this interesting conversation about whether that's exploiting. I don't know. It's an alpha, but I don't know if they should get in trouble, but it's lame. Yeah, I'm kind of of the same opinion, Barry. I feel like it's a low-level issue right now. But there's a part of me, though, that says that they clearly know that's not how this is intended to work. But they did it anyways. So, yeah, if that works, that system needs to change. It will. And so that's why I'm not so sure that they necessarily need to get in trouble for it. Because they will change it. It's just the system is not in place yet that will change that. 2 things will happen. Their actions will get things fixed and people will hate them. Yeah. The other thing that popped up was today, which was interesting. Again, I sort of building off of this interaction between Envious and Lineker's Guild. There was I don't who put it in the I forget which chat it got put in Discord. I forget who did it because I'm getting kind of tired. And anyways, it was a screen of a post, a YouTube post of done by Envious of them basically PvPing people and winning and I think killing some Nova Ordem folks. But the sort of the drama part was that people noticed that this YouTube video, had 2,000 views, but somehow had 15,000 likes. And so there's like an immediate comment about, oh, like how obvious is it that you're buying likes? And so then somebody that's associated with Envious, because I actually asked on the video, like, hey, what's going on here? Claimed that they feel like it was actually people from Lineker's Guild that paid for the likes to try to discredit them and make them look bad. And I believe Lattice has Lineker on tomorrow for 1v. Was it today? Shit, was that today? Or is it tomorrow? Was going to have Lineker on. I asked him to ask because that starts to get a little bit more tomorrow. Good. I was to say, shit, did I miss it? That starts to get a little bit more sort of drama-ish if people are like buying views and buying likes to try to get someone else like in trouble on YouTube. I don't know. That starts to take it to a whole nother levels. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep fighting each other where things end up. But But those are my sort of drama things that have come up. Get along with Thor. I've not really seen anything on Vira that comes to mind. You know, not really seen anything on chat that's been too bad. But Amnesty is the best guild anyways. With that early lead, they became very PvP aggressive and view botting. Yeah, they only have like 136 followers on the account too. So I don't know how you get 15,000 likes. Are exploiting bugs bannable? I haven't read the rules on what can get you banned. I think Intrepid's been very clear that if you find exploits, that you should immediately report them and then stop using them. You know, I think if they find that you're using them regularly, then they will probably potentially do something. They would obviously, I think, notify you first, but and tell you to quit. But you know, if you continue then to keep using exploits, then you're probably at risk of being kicked out of alpha. I know recently Envious announced that all members need to be level 15 by the end of next week. Weekend or be kicked. Yep, that's that hardcore sweaty approach. Vira has drama. It just happens in hidden Discord channels. Well, Pally, you need to get me into those Discord channels. I want to talk about it. I need people to start feeding me information. You can do it anonymously. That's fine. I'm not going to give anybody up. I need to know more. Vira just needs to get around to building buildings. Yeah, that's true. They've been coordinating, I think. I'm pretty sure. I think a big part of it was like, I know Rive was even trying to figure out how to get the shit to work. Can I share it here? I'm not going to stop you. We have a little bit of drama time. We got another, I think I'm scheduled for another 22 minutes before I go to bed. So we got some time, but you can also hit me up in DMs and I'll fish around a little bit. I don't mind fishing around, by the way. I'm not, you know, if somebody wants to fuck with me in game, that's fine. I don't care. So, now we know that nobody in that guild will have a job. Yeah, I mean, it is one of those, you know, Resna is where everybody went that kind of has these big sweaty guilds. So that's why I stayed away from Resna. I did not want to deal with that. Time put in does not equal skill. MBS is going to learn the hard way. Yeah, I mean, if you watch some of Lineker's videos, they've already learned the hard way a few times. I submitted a ticket for the mage archetype just to make fun of how much damage Richie was doing. So you submitted a ticket to to nerf Richie. That's what happened there. That's good. I'm all for that. Can we call it that? Can we say that you submitted a ticket to Intrepid to nerf Richie? And I like to call him Ricky, by the way. Him, the mayor of New Ayla, I think he is envious. Saw him in the 40v40. Yeah, I don't know what nodes they got, but it sounds like they got 2. I don't know if Nice is still here. I've left this post bright white on purpose. So, are you still here? I don't know if you're still here. I've left this on the screen intentionally, by the way. Nice and bright white. So, he jacked the taxes to 50%. Who did? The envious person? That's pretty terrible. That's when you overthrow them. That's when you say, "Get the hell out of here. We don't need you anymore." I kind of wish that the Pirate Software Guild would have gone gone Resna. I thought that would have been fun to see. I also wish that Asmon's Guild would have been on the same one, because wasn't it Asmon's stream that Envious got banned? I'm pretty sure the Envious name, anyways, the account got banned from Asmon's stream like a while back. So I would have loved to seen those 2 guilds on the same server. Grappler recently reviewed the VOD of the Envious versus Nova Ortum. where Envious got rolled. Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, that was good. Of course, Envious just again put one out in response. So who knows? Who knows what's real? Um, I would roll. I would roll a character over there just to wander around and look, but I don't want to fucking grind any more than I have to. So, and I'm only 15 with my one character I have now. So, don't know that I want to go grind in multiple other servers. Got to know what happened. We were just talking about some envious stuff that was happening. Some of their interactions with Nova Ordum as well. Nothing major. Just some questionable tactics about getting mayorships and somebody buying likes on YouTube, and it's unclear who. This is why Summoner will be OP, because it can play all three roles, but can it play all three at the same time? Inferium, I see them spamming a lot. They're another big guild. Yeah. No. Oh, about Envious ban on Asmon. So it was something stupid. I think that the Envious account was in the chat, in Asmon's chat, and they just started spamming at shit. What did they? I think it was like just Ashes of Creation or something about Ashes of Creation, like just constant spamming it. And he stopped this. He stopped what he was doing. Went to like broadcasting, going to his Twitch chat and banning them. So basically said they were being annoying little shits, and he did not want that in his chat. So I don't know if they've ever been unbanned, but he banned them live, which was hilarious. So, well, all right. We are getting towards the end of the night for me. I'm trying to think if there's anything left to discuss from today. This weekend, I think, went very, very well. I think the first weekend went pretty well for Intrepid as well. And outside of the DDoS stuff, hopefully they can meet their times a little bit better. Our first weekend got delayed 3 hours. The second weekend got delayed, 5 hours? Hopefully that gets a little bit better. But, overall, I think the people that have...
And now Steven's teabagging me as well.
Yeah, Steven teabagging. Teabagging a lot of different people, actually. So that's just such a great one because you can see it so clearly. And he just, again, he sounds so excited that he's getting teabagged. He's giddy. I mean, he's basically giddy, right? I want to listen to it again. Like this is like everything that he ever wanted.
And now Steven's teabagging me as well.
He's been waiting for that for so long. So happy. But the weekend, I think, went very well. People that really have invested in this game have 100% enjoyed it.
I don't know what the fuck a node is. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah. Anybody know what a node is? Anybody have any clue what the fuck a node is? Not only the Herald, but a teabag enthusiast. I just got off PTR, pretty stable. Yeah, I didn't get on very long, Woodchip. So it was the... Did the pathing seem better? Is Neuro still here too? Because I think Neuro was on. Dogley, were you on PTR? Oh, there's Neuro. Was a lymph node? Yeah, I can tell you what that is. I'm a doctor. A node is between your eyes and your mouth. I had to think about that for a minute. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? All right, so Thogley, do you think it seemed better too, the pathing NPC stuff? So which you think it did? Neuro, you got some time on. I mean, you can see it made improvements in NPC navigation. Do you think it seemed better? It seems as though everybody that was on PTR, I literally got 3 minutes on PTR, and I was able to make my way just to the north of Lionhole before the servers went down. So I didn't get to see anything. Well, that's good. Everybody feels like the servers were much more stable. I guess the downside is you only have a small number of people there. So who knows how that translates over to large stuff. So expect November 8th to be bigger Maybe, yeah. At least they do seem to have the DDoS stuff under control. You know, I will give them that. That they seem to have fixed that pretty well. Did I hear back from partner yet? No. So yeah, we've been really pushing too to try to make partner. That's been something that's always been in the back of my head. Never really thought about too hard until all you wonderful people started hanging out with me over the last couple of weeks. And so we did reach the path to partner achievement on Twitch, but no, we will not be getting partner right away. So there are some quirks to it. The biggest thing being you have to have 60 days, so 2 months of meeting the specific requirement of, I think it's 8 streams of 75 or more viewers. So I didn't start pushing in really, really hard until this month. So we got to wait a little bit longer, but we'll keep it up. So but yeah, anyways, so the PTR felt more stable, so that's good to hear. Flying mobs are a fun mechanic. During the last hour before the servers went down, the pathing was much better. Mobs were moving around. Oh, so they were actually moving. That's good, because again, they were all doing jack shit over the weekend. They were just standing there until you engaged them, and then they would disappear and reappear and eat your asshole. Sorry. Yeah, Royer, it's yeah. So your path to partner is like that achievement is nothing. Like that's just that's kind of a carrot, because there's a lot more. There's a lot more to it. There's a FAQ though that I saw that's actually pretty helpful from Twitch. So we'll see. I got it. So that means just got another, I don't know, 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks, and we'll see. It's a lie. Yeah, it's more complicated. Yeah, it's definitely. I think they save that path to partner for people who like jump tremendously high, like immediately have thousands of people watching them. Like those are the only people that are getting like right away. Those are people who would just wait to apply. But we'll try to get there. Keep working with this wonderful Ashes of Creation community, and we will get there eventually. So I don't think I got much more to go over tonight. PTR was up at work. Things got better. Tomorrow, hopefully PTR gets stood up again. You can buy phase 1 access all the way up till the end of the month. Weekend went okay. Come Friday, we're welcoming a whole lot of new people. So bring on November 8th. Yes. Yeah, and like I said, anybody that ends up on Vira, I'm more than happy to heal you. Just look up Phantom X, and I guess initially there might be a level discrepancy that we'll have to not be able to do, but eventually we'll be able to group together. And yeah, so I'll try to pull some. I'm going to be on again tomorrow. I'll try to pull some reaction stuff. I think Richie put out a new video. Rive also updated his after week 2, and so we can kind of go over some stuff together. Again, anyone has any kind of drama stuff, I want to hear it. Just DM me it, and I will cover it. You can hide, and I will be the one that publicly talks about it. I've got a few friends logging in on the 8th. Gonna have to roll it. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to do an alt. What are you gonna play? I mean, you're not gonna do a tank again, right? Or are you? Well, anyways. Yep. So let's see. Who is there anyone streaming Ashes of Creation that we can raid? Usually this time of night, I am the only one that's still up doing this. But let's see. If none of them will roll tank, I'll tank. If not, maybe Ranger. We'll hopefully get to do Ranger, get to do something a little bit different. All right, guys, I'm going to put up a poll. It looks like there are 2 people. And I'm going to let you all pick. Real quick, we'll do a poll to who to raid. That's. I was about to type that name. Do you just want to go there? To exact. How's everybody feel about that? I've not rated them before, so. We have rated Tangent in the past. Exact. All right. Yeah, we will push that way then. All right, y'all. I am going to be going to bed. So, I appreciate the evening that you all are spending with me. And I'll be back tomorrow. I've actually now added my schedule to Twitch, so it's on there. And we will continue on with the late night conversations about Ashes of Creation. And yeah, y'all have a wonderful night. See you back here tomorrow. Peace.